suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Set my heart afire.
Welcome to Kickin' It!
Happy Friday, Bears!
Coming up, we look at homecoming weekend, fantasy football, and cross country.
There will be a voter registration drive run by Students for a Change and part of Daniel Seeley's capstone during both lunch periods today and Monday for students who will be 18 by the November 6th midterm election.
The registration tables will be stationed in front of the cafeteria and near the main staircase.
Registration is open until nearly 30 days prior to the election, which means you must be registered by Tuesday, October 9th.
Seniors Abby Robertson, Sammy Grant, and Alex Aaron are performing a dance recital at 6 p.m. Sunday in the high school auditorium for their capstone. Admission is by donation.
The goal of the show is to raise awareness for mental health illnesses. All proceeds go to the National Alliance on Mental Illness of Ohio.
Speaking of dances, as most of you know, the 80s-themed homecoming festivities were last weekend.
CJ and Aurora recap the highlights.
Under the Friday night lights and after hours of delays, the homecoming king and queen was finally announced. The court started with 20 boys and girls and was narrowed down to 5 girls and 6 guys for the big game. After 3 weeks of voting, Nicholson Baird and Macy Spielman were crowned king and queen. This excited the student body with lots of positive momentum headed into the dance. The 80s-themed homecoming dance was last weekend, where freshmen made their high school dance debut. The dance included Guitar Hero, a photo booth, and as always, a rocking dance floor. Many students enjoyed these perks, so here's what they had to say about their favorite parts of the dance and what they're going to miss from this year's homecoming.
What I'm going to miss about homecoming is just busting out the Fortnite dances.
My favorite part about homecoming was playing Guitar Hero and busting a move on the dance floor.
I think it's safe to say the Bears did have fun, and hopefully winter will live up to the hype. This has been CJ Garzados reporting for WARL.
Our new homecoming king is Nicholson Baird, and our new queen is Macy Spielman.
Arlingtonian's second issue of the year comes out today. Currently, the Arlingtonian staff is making their way around classrooms and passing out copies for every student.
The issue explores topics such as the price of ACT testing, non-binary students, and a profile on the custodian Hermes C.
If students have any questions, would like to submit ideas for articles, or ask Arlingtonian, or need an extra copy of the issue, the Arlingtonian has a table outside the cafeteria during both lunch periods today.
And now to Garrett with a special report.
Football season is now in full swing, and with that comes fantasy football. For those of you who don't know fantasy, football is where people compete in choosing different players from all NFL teams to form one fantasy team. Every week, the players chosen earn points based on how they play in real life. Score more points than your opponent and you win. People compete in leagues throughout the season in pursuit of being crowned king or queen of fantasy. There are several types of fantasy games to choose from, and it is often played with family and or friends. There are almost 40 million fantasy players, and I took a look at some of the players around school.
Who's the other one?
Kelly Bryant.
Trevor
He's
Lawrence is
leaving.
starting, bro.
Fantasy football is hotter than ever, and it's becoming one of the biggest trends at UAHS.
So I definitely have the best fantasy team in the school. Got Antonio Brown, got Alvin Kamara, but what really matters is your team name. And I also have the best team names.
All right. I've got a couple different teams. One of them here is with some teachers in the building, and the team here I focused on getting the best running backs I could. And it didn't work out well last weekend because I left Leonard Fournette on my team despite the fact that he was inactive, but I still won the game. So Senor Nasca That's on you, bud. The other team that I'm on with guys from the school here, I focused on wide receivers. I took Antonio Brown and Julio Jones, who's been a little bit of a disappointment, but at any rate, that team is doing well. I'm 2-1 in that league as well.
This has been Garrett Jepson for the WARL.
Mr. Orloff's IB students for joining us in the LC. Keeping up to date with your team as the season progresses is crucial because if a player gets hurt, then he can't earn you any fantasy points. Football is a great excuse to hang out with friends and bond over the intense football games. Now let's swing it to John and Macy with sports.
Tana Bears, welcome back to sports.
The field hockey team had their senior night on Wednesday and won with a score of 5-1 against Jerome. Their next game is on Monday, where they will have their first meeting ever against Olentangy Berlin.
Girls volleyball beat Central Crossing last night in 3 sets, improving their record to 13-5.
Boys soccer beat Westland on Tuesday with a score of 3-1, thanks to Fernando DePino's hat trick.
Girls golf, Bears placed third at the Celtic Invitational with Emily Hummer shooting a team high of 76.
And both the girls and boys varsity cross-country teams are having success thus far.
Billy and Abe got an inside look at the XC Bears.
Cross-country isn't all fun and games.
The Upper Arlington cross-country teams have been training hard every day after school, followed by meets almost every Saturday. The boys' team is led by Thomas Richer and Jack Amley, while the girls' team is led by Heidi Hireman and Eileen Dunn.
You're doing great.
During practice, the teams run on different routes, ranging from 6 to 8 miles. Some of those include an OSU campus run, a Fancy Birch run, and a Canterbury route. Both teams also have workouts twice a week, which include 400 repeats, 800 repeats, and mile repeats. You can watch the Cross Country Bears on October 6th at Thomas Worthington. The course is quick and close by. This has been Abe and Lily from the WARL.
Good job. Let's go, Bears. Come on,
In the
Bears.
recent meets, the girls placed 5th out of 60 teams, and the boys placed 3rd out of 10 teams.
Athlete of the Week goes to cross-country bear Jack Amling for placing 6 out of 84 runners at the Pickerington Central Tiger Invitational with a time of 16:54.
The R2Ders take on Weston tonight at the Marv with a kickoff at 7 p.m. Tickets are $5 for students and $7 for adults. The theme is camouflaged with a stunt involving black balloons that the Bear Den leaders will announce during the second quarter.
Girls volleyball will play their Continue to Spike, Continue to Fight game with all proceeds going to the Stephanie Spielman Fund next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m.
The first 20 people to wear the Spike for a Cure shirts that were sold at lunch last week will get into the game for free.
Registration for the second annual Bear Den Dodgeball Tournament has opened and closes on October 10th.
In order to play, you need a team of 6 players, name a team captain, and sign up using the Google form on Schoology.
The cost to participate is $18 per team, and a portion of the proceeds will also support the Stephanie Spielman Fund. Now we flip it over to Leah and Caroline on the couch.
What's up, UA? Welcome to the couch.
Seniors, the first round of superlative voting is open. Follow the link on Schoology to vote.
The Google poll will be open until Sunday at midnight. A second survey will come out next month to narrow the results down to 2 winners for each category.
Today is the last day to register for Pico CTF, a computer science-based capture the flag game. It's a national competition where participants must reverse engineer, break, hack, or decrypt challenges in the 2-week time constraint.
You can register as a team or as an individual competitor with the opportunity to win up to $5,000. Contact Dr. Kale for more information.
Socktober is upon us again. IB business and environmental students are selling socks throughout October during lunch.
This year, they are raising money to provide schools in impoverished countries with clean drinking water. Every 500 pairs sold funds one school.
Last year, UA sold more than any other Socktober school with nearly 1,000 pairs sold to raise money for prosthetic legs.
Socks are sold in 3 pairs of crazy colors and designs for $12. This year, footies are being sold, and orders can be placed online.
Another student-oriented business is our very own coffee shop, UA Rise.
This week, Caroline and I explored the world of coffee here at the high school. Welcome to Upper Arlington's Career-Based Intervention Program, otherwise known as CVIP, or UA Rise.
It's a cheaper place than a lot of other coffee shops, so this place is more accessible to students, and it's a really friendly staff around. You meet a lot of different people from different grade levels, and you're also learning how to make a ton of different drinks, which is really fun because I don't want to spend that much money at Starbucks.
Students in the CVIP program work about 15 hours per week, gaining management and discipline skills. Shelby also mentioned that students' lunch accounts are not connected to UA Rise, and students will have to pay with their own pocket change. This has been Caroline Pierwitz and Leah Rapucci reporting from the WARL.
I mean, I look ugly. No, you don't.
2 frozen hot chocolates. You can grab a chilled or steaming drink from UA Rise in the East Cafe during lunch periods on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays, or in the mornings from 7:30 to 8.
What's your favorite kind of seasonal drink? Let us know on our poll at live_UA. Thanks for chilling with us, Bears. Now back to Maine.
Seniors, if you have an October 15th deadline, you should have already requested transcript forms and teacher recommendation letters.
For November 1st applicants, all forms need to be requested by October 10th.
Next week, we look at the marching band, Dig Pink, and more.
That is it for this week, Bears. Dope Boy wants all of you to know pizza rolls are just Italian gushes. Audio, Bears, and let's go, Bears.